Actually, maybe you're right. A little help can go.
Of course I'm right.
In my search for rare details by failing at various objectives, I've stumbled upon yet another one that I've never seen before. This time involving our one and only Yennefer. You know that moment after the Battle of Kaer Morhen, where you meet her at the brothel? I quite like that scene, by the way, really fleshes out her character. In fact, I may show you a couple more curious things towards the end of the video, but back on topic. Did you know that there is a unique scene in the event that you fail to catch Abbe Faria? You know that guy who's voiced by Gaunter O'Dim?
My thought? Why not try it dead?
Normally, it's Geralt who catches him, and it's quite easy actually. You're faster than him by a decent margin. But if for some reason you take too long, maybe you stay back to hear what Yennefer has to say.
Run, he's getting away! Run, he's getting away!
Or do something else.
Remember me?
Of course I do.
When you finally reach the end of the rooftops without catching him, a different scene plays out where Yennefer does it instead of Geralt.
Take off the kid gloves, Geralt.
Help!
Stop screaming or I'll harm you.
Thought you'd agreed to meet.
I said I'd found him, not that I'd spoken to him.
What do you want from me? Let me be!
Calm down, we just want to chat.
And then stick a shiv between my ribs. Leave me in the gutter.
Look at us. Do we look like bandits to you?
Not really, no.
I'm glad you agree. Besides, you'd be worthless to us dead.
So you shan't hurt me.
No. You're gonna tell us your story, then be on your way.
Well, so be it. But we really ought to go back to Kate's. It's unwise to linger in the street.
Now, a word of caution in case you attempt to do this yourself: make sure you stay close to him at all times until the end of the chase. Because here's what happens otherwise. You know how, as he runs, the yellow circles on the minimap move with him? Well, if he gets too much of a head start in the beginning and gets too far away, the quest tracker gets stuck on the first area. And if you don't know exactly where to go next, you might get stuck on this quest. It isn't actually bugged, as in, if you find your own way to the final location of the chase, the quest will resume as normal, but still, it's worth mentioning and paying attention to. Now, before I let you go, let me share another detail that you may have missed. You know how after they deal with the fugitive, Geralt and Yen talk about seeking Zoltan's help? He will actually agree to help you only if you refused to help Triss in evacuating the mages from Novigrad.
What do I do, Geralt?
Triss, I can't do this. Can't help. Ciri's in danger. I'm sorry.
So am I. Sorry. Shouldn't have said that.
This is because if you do help Triss, the mages leave, the witch hunters turn their eyes on non-humans, and as a dwarf, Zoltan thinks that his involvement would cause more trouble than anything else.
They're holding Margarita at Dayrod. Got a plan to break her out, but we need your help.
What should I do?
Load a wagon with as much Mahakaman as you can find and drive it to Oxenford. Yennefer will give the signal. You'll drive through the gates and treat the guards.
Oh, these are terrible times. Since the mages left town, the hunters have taken to harassing non-humans. A dwarf lingering around the prison gates only stands to attract attention.
Right, didn't think of that. I'll go straight to Yen in that case. She went to find a way into the ruins beneath the city.
Aren't you too old to be out whoring? Whoa!
But if you didn't help Triss, the mages are still there and the witch hunters are still focused on them, and so Zoltan will gladly agree to join you.
What should I do?
Load a wagon with as much Mahakaman as you can find and drive it to Oxenford. Yennefer will give the signal. You'll drive through the gates and treat the guards.
Ah, understood. Free hoot shall tempt any man. But, Geralt, you realize this is a wee bit risky.
I do. It's why I'm here. Can only trust you to get this done.
If that's how you want to put it. All right, leave it to me. I'll think of something. And where might you be headed?
To meet Yen. She went to find a way into the ruins beneath the city.
Don't get caught. It'd be a crying shame to waste that much mahakaman. Finally here. Your plan blew arse chunks.
Why?
As soon as you stabbed at that butchery in the courtyard, they all wanted to run over there. Had to hold them back. Through conventional means.
By yourself? All of them? Where are the bodies?
Had them in the wagon. Running a tavern with dandelions given me plenty of practice disposing of corpses. By the by, you going back with me or got aught to do along the way?
Always up for a ride with you.
Let's hit the road then. Here we are.
Thanks again for your help, Zoltan.
Always willing, pal.
And finally, I'd like to take a look at the exchange between Geralt and Yennefer in the beginning of this quest. You know, where she asks about whose idea the whole Imlerith business was? Specifically at the second and third dialogue options, where you either try to lie to her or be on the defensive immediately. I think these are some of the pieces of dialogue that might help you grow to like Yennefer a little bit more, assuming that you're one of the people who don't like her that much to begin with. And this goes back to my Triss vs Yennefer video, where I talked more extensively about these matters, but basically, it's clear that Yennefer grows milder when Ciri's around.
My, you've grown beautiful.
You can see it here, for example, that even Geralt himself, who arguably knows Yen better than anyone else does, expects her to have a more negative reaction, but it turns out it's quite the opposite.
Buy you a drink?
I'm afraid the dishwater's as good as it gets in this establishment. Imlerith, was that your idea or Ciri's?
Mine.
Lying didn't always come so easily to you.
If you intend to...
I was about to say, it's nice that you protect her, and you did the right thing to go with her. Was that your idea or Ciri's?
Spare me your lecture about responsibility.
I was actually going to recite an anthem praising your glory, but if you're not in the mood...
I thought you'd be angry.
Angry? Why? Because you supported Ciri in her decision? Or because you fought by her side and won?
What if we'd lost?
We wouldn't be having this conversation. And the female part of the continent's population would be drowning in tears. You won. No point bothering with what-ifs.
Alright, that's all I had for today. Let me know if you have failed to catch the Gaunter Odim imposter in your own playthroughs, and also if you have anything else to share or add about Zoltan's involvement or Yennefer's character in general. Thank you very much for watching, special thanks to my YouTube members and supporters on Patreon, and until the next video, stay tuned and be good.